Mention your name and your profession before asking your question. Please go ahead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Rini and I'm an entrepreneur. I used to live in America and now I lost 2 of my children.
Sister, we are at the end of the program. Can you please go straight to your question?
My question is, how do I encourage my 2 children that I've lost in the USA to embrace Islam? Which verses that I should bring as a topic of the religion to both of my children that I couldn't have it right now?
Sister posed the question that how can I bring my 3 children who are in America to Islam?
Correct.
Why have you left them in America? Why didn't you bring them to Indonesia?
I didn't love them, but the court didn't allow me to bring the children.
Okay, maybe you had a dispute with your husband or something?
I divorced from my husband because my view of the Islam.
Did you marry your husband as per the Islamic principles or as per the American principles?
Islamic. He's a mu'alaf, but then he's not practicing.
So sister was married to an American who's a mu'allaf in America, and now there was dispute, she came back. So how can she encourage her children to come back to Islam? The problem is, sister, you should have taken care. What you should have done, you should have brought him to Indonesia, married according to the Sharia law, and then gone there. So if you made a mistake, you are to blame. I always tell, please be careful when you go to a Western country. If you marry as per the Western rules, then you will be stuck with that. If you had come to Indonesia and married as per the Sharia ruling and then gone there, you would have been safer. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you made a mistake first by marrying him in America. If you converted, tell him, you are a Muslim now, let's go to Indonesia, marry according to the Sharia, then we come back to USA. It is safer. So now that you made a mistake, it will be difficult for you to get them back, because then you have to follow the law of America. If you had married your husband in Indonesia, you would have had to follow the Indonesian law, correct?
Correct.
So now that you made a mistake, you can only pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may your children be brought up in the right way. Now your husband may have gone back to his religion, old religion.
Yeah. But my question is, sir, how do I have an open discussion with my children, because they were asking about which verses that I have to bring up in the Quran? That's my question.
Verses in the Quran for what, sister?
No.
Your question is not at all, you are beating around the bush. Do you speak to your children regularly?
Yes, I talk to them regularly. We were talking about that I enforced them to become a Muslim.
So if you talk to them, have you seen my video cassettes? Depending what topic they ask, most of my video cassettes have question and answer session. What question they ask, you find the answer from my lecture and give them. Is there any new question they ask? What you should talk to them? Talk to them about Islam. Talk about good things about Islam. Talk Quran and modern science. You know what my son spoke. If your children are in America, they'll be impressed by science. Did you speak about Quran, modern science to them? What is the age of your children? You're not telling me. Children. Your child can be 2 years old, can be 10 years old, can be 20. What do I know? So sister, you're so vague. However, I don't have ilm gab. We are running short of time.
Okay.
If I was in your place, well, Dr. Zakir, I have a question. I have 3 children, age 5, 8, 20. They were in America because of divorce. I could not get them here. How do I bring them to Islam? Simple. You are saying so many things without giving me. I don't have ilm gab. I don't get wahi from Allah to know what is in your mind. Do you understand?
Yes, but I have to shorten the...
You have to shorten. If you cannot shorten, then give somebody else a chance.
Yeah, but I just want to ask, let you know that my children is 16 and 14.
Now you're telling.
Yeah.
So have you spoken about Quran and modern science to them?
Yeah, one verses, but then if there's another verses that I can open for discussion with them, I'm asking you an advice.
That's the advice I'm giving you. You see my video cassettes? There is one cassette called as Education for Both the Worlds. How to upbring the children. See that video. Have you seen that video cassette of mine? Education for Both the Worlds. See that. That will give you indication how to upbring your children Islamically. See that. When your child is in America, give them those topics which will inspire them, like Quran and modern science. If they are impressed with Christianity, speak about similarities between Islam and Christianity. So you as a mother should try and find out what they require, and based on the various hundreds of talks I have given, you have to choose. I don't know what your children are asking. So you as a mother, if you're educated, you have to find out what is the requirement, what is the question, and based on the question they ask, you try and find in my talks. Mostly you'll find them. If there's something you cannot find in my talk, go to the other dais, they may have replied to that. Hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. My name is Rizky Subakya. I am from Banjarmasin, South Kalimantan. I am a trader. I agree with you, Islam the solution for humanity. My question is, I ask for advice. How can we avoid feeling the most righteous? For example, according to Isbal law, trousers below the ankle are haram or arrogant. Well, when we follow the Isbal law, but we still feel we are the most righteous among other people. It's the same, right? Please give me advice. Thank you.
MashaAllah, many sentences. So many sentences. If I understood you correctly, you want me advice whether Isbal, wearing trousers the ankle, is good or bad, correct?
Correct.
Simple. So why you are stretching your so many questions? The main question gets lost. And then if I answer something else, you say this is not what you wanted. You want to know whether wearing the trousers above the ankle is right or wrong, correct?
Correct.
Okay. There are various hadith of the beloved Prophet in Sahih Bukhari, in Sahih Muslim, in which the Prophet said, those who wear the trousers below the ankle, that part will burn in hell. Now there is also one hadith which says, if you wear your trousers below the ankle with pride, you will burn in hell. So there is difference of opinion between the scholars. All the scholars agree that wearing above the ankle is mustahab, sunnah. But if there is a punishment mentioned in it, it becomes a gunai kabira. So now between the scholars, there is difference of opinion. All the scholars agree it is good. All the four Aimmas believe that wearing above the ankle is a sunnah. It is mustahab but not fard. Fard means compulsory. Sunnah means, mustahab means preferable. But some scholars say no, because there is a commandment of the Prophet and no action opposite, it becomes the fard. Some scholars like Imam Ad-Dhabi, he says wearing below the ankle is a gunai kabira. I personally believe in Imam Ad-Dhabi. According to me, wearing the trousers below the ankle is not only fard, it is gunai kabira. There's difference of opinion. Some scholars say it is mustahab, means preferable, not a fard. Some scholars say it is fard. Some scholars say gunai kabira. I believe in Imam Ad-Dhabi because there are no less than 4 hadith in Bukhari which says if you wear trousers below the ankle, you will burn in hell. One hadith says with pride. So what they say, only if you wear with pride, it is gunai kabira. If you wear without pride, it is accepted. It is not haram. If you know, there are various hadith of the Prophet. Ibn Anas, Allah told him, wear the trousers on top, more on top. So do you mean to say that Ibn Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, he had pride? Only he gave permission to one Sahaba, Hazrat Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him. When his trousers used to come down because he has a paunch, he used to put it on top, like how I'm doing now. So, the Prophet told him, don't worry, I know you don't have pride. So it's not, but the Prophet were above the ankle or not. So I believe in the muhaddis or those scholars, like the one who wrote the Kabair, Imam Dhabi, that it is a gunai kabira. But if someone thinks it's only a sin, no problem. Someone thinks it's mustahab, no problem. No one can say it is haram or it is mubah. No one. Everyone agrees it should be done. So if you ask me, whichever you believe, whether first, second or third, wear above the ankle. I wear above the ankle. I wear a suit. I wear a tie. But trousers above the ankle covering that is sunnah. I may look like a joker, but I am following the Prophet. The Prophet were above the ankle, yes. So according to me, it's a fard. Not only a fard, it is more important than wearing a cap. Wearing a beard is fard according to all the aimmas, 4 aimmas. But trousers below the ankle, most of them say it is not fard, it is sunnah, mustahab. But I believe in those scholars based on the evidence, it is gunai kabira. So according to me, it's a major sin. I think it is close to, in the 70 number it is 62 or 63, I don't know the exact number that Imam Avdhabi puts. And tomorrow if it turns out to be a sin, what will happen? So when in doubt, take the one which is more strict. When the scholars differ, to be on the safe side, because if tomorrow it turns out to be gunai kabira, what are you going to do? But if I think it's gunai kabira, it turns out to be mustab, am I losing anything? No. So in such situation, the ruling is that if you are in doubt, take the one which encompasses everyone. Because if I take the ruling, it is mustahab, and I don't wear above the ankle, and tomorrow it turns out to be a sin, I will lose. But if I think it is fard, and turns out to be sunnah, I'm not losing, I'm yet gaining. So my advice to you is better wear your trousers above the ankle, and inshallah you'll benefit in this world and the akhirah. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much. It's very clear.
Please go ahead, mention your name.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hania and I'm an account executive at a creative agency. So my question is, as we talk about humanity, especially in a country, I believe that we should obey the government, right, in Islam. But I want to ask, if the government do such a bad thing, such as corruptions or applied injustice law, what should we respond to it as a citizens? Should we take actions to change it for the better in the point of view of Islam? Thank you, Doctor.
The sister asked a question that if you're living in a country and if the government, first of all, is the government following Sharia or not is a big question. You just told government, you didn't tell me whether it's following the Sharia or not. But I'll give the answer. Yeah. That if you're living in a country in which the government is corrupt, so should we follow the government or not?
No.
No?
I mean, not the actions. We don't follow that.
Sorry, I didn't understand. What are you saying?
We shouldn't follow the actions like corruptions if our governments do that.
Of course you should not. In short, if anything is mentioned in the Quran and the Sahih Hadith, if the government says to do something against the Quran Hadith, you should not follow it.
Okay.
Any government, whether Muslim or non-Muslim. If Quran says don't have alcohol, government says alcohol, forget the government. Allah is number one.
Okay.
So number one ruling is always follow Allah and His Rasul. Number one. Allah and His Rasul. If any teaching, if your mother says you do something against Allah and His Rasul, should you follow her? No. Otherwise you love your mother, love your father, respect them, obey them. But if they say something against Allah and Rasul, don't obey them. Number one. Number two, if they say something which is not against the Quran, not even following the Quran, if they're neutral, then if it's a government that tells you something which is not haram and neither it is a fard in Islam. If they tell you something and make it compulsory, then you have to follow the government, as long as it doesn't go against the Quran and the Hadith. So if they tell you something, to follow something which is going against the Quran or Sahih Hadith, don't follow. If they tell you something which is in favor of Quran and Hadith, please follow. Allah also, government also. If they say something in which it is, the Islam is quiet, doesn't say it is right or wrong, it's mubah, then you have to follow the law of the country because the country is not telling you something against Allah and His Rasul. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Doctor.